Tēnā koutou te whānau o Auckland Unitarians. Tēnā koutou nā manahiri. No mai, higher mai ki tēnei whare karakia a te atua. Tēnā koutou, tēnā tātou katoa. Welcome to the whānau of Auckland Unitarians who worship here out of respect for the worth and dignity of every person and the individual spiritual path we each walk. We especially welcome our guests and visitors who we hope will join us for morning tea. It is our sacrament of hospitality, and it won't be complete without you. You've come on the first Sunday of a new year for this congregation. Unitarians count the year differently than everybody else. So Happy New Year. For about 3 decades, Unitarian Universalists on this Sunday have begun a new year with a water communion. Water is a powerful symbol that we will explore throughout the next hour, but at the heart of this morning will be the blending of waters that are important to us. They may have come from our tap, a puddle we splash through on our daily walk, Takapuna Beach, or a stream far away. Or if you forgot it, it's in a pitcher as virtual water. What is not very important is where it comes from, but why it is important to us, what it taught us, or what it reminds us of, as we each pour our contribution into the bowl and share what it means to us. We will symbolically honor our coming back together to continue our journey in the year ahead. It is a committed, intentional journey that seeks transformation. Transformation of ourselves, transformation of our community, and transformation of the world, that they might reflect our core principles. We take this journey not out of some selfish motive or self-righteous arrogance. We do it in humility for the next generation. My opening words aren't specifically about water. It's more about the fact, but it is connected to the idea. It's a poem called Fault Line by Robert Walsh. Did you ever think there might be a fault line passing underneath your living room? A place in which your life is lived in meeting and in separating, wondering and telling, unaware that just beneath you is the unseen seam of great plates that strain through time, and that your life, already spilling over the brim, could be invaded, set off in a new direction, turned aside by forces you were warned about but not prepared for. Shells could be spilled out, the level floor set at an angle and some seconds shaking. You would have to take your losses, do whatever must be done next. When the great plates slip and the earth shivers and the flaw is seen, to lie in what you trusted most. Look not to more solidity, to weighty slabs of concrete poured or strength of cantilevered beam to save the fractured order. Trust more the tensile strands of love that bend and stretch to hold you in the web of life that's often torn but always healing. There's your strength. The shifting plates, the restive earth, your room, your precious life, they all proceed from love, the ground on which we walk together. Each of us comes to this sacred space today to dip into the well that nourishes our hungry spirits. Each of us comes with our own cup of goodness to pour into the well. The chalice is a vessel, a bowl, a cup. We drink together. With this light we place in this vessel, we also place our common hopes, our shared dreams, our mutual commitment to a world made whole. May we be strengthened in our bonds of love and peace. Now please join me in saying the covenant of our congregation. It is in your order of service. Love is the doctrine of this church. The quest for truth is its sacrament, and service is its square. To dwell together peace, to seek knowledge and freedom, to serve humankind in fellowship, to the end that all souls shall grow in harmony. Thus do we covenant with each other and with our God. This morning we carry love and hope and courageous faith and seek to renew our covenantal commitments. We remind ourselves of the home we share, a home that we come back to, whether after a long or short absence, a home we welcome all to make their own, a home of love and hope and faith. Come, let us gather together within. And we gather ritually this morning, carrying gifts of our summer, symbols of the water that we have been present with and which has been present to us. These symbols may call to mind light summer showers, thunderstorms, dewy mornings, and misty evenings, or moments at ocean sides, pool sides, riversides, lakesides, swimming, fishing, hiking, strolling, and who we were with while there, even if we were alone. Perhaps we found ourselves in the presence of water during a moment of grief or birth or rebirth, or perhaps in a mundane place whose sacredness is palpable nonetheless. We reflect upon what we brought with us to these moments and places. In backpacks and chili bins, surely, but more so, what spiritual, emotional, or other baggage we carried, and what we did with it while we were in those watery places and moments. Did the waters, unprovoked and indefatigable resiliency inspire you? Or its serenity? Maybe it's waxing and waning tides, the music of its motion, or the silence of its sleep. Did you feel the interdependent web of all existence coming alive in those moments? Some of you may have had the gift of a momentary spiritual epiphany. Others of you, a growing awareness of how this very water is like strands of the web, and how the web is us and everything. Perhaps the ties to spiritual companions throughout the world come clearer and clearer. Bring to mind the monsoon rains that our UU partners in the Philippines and India know, or the churning ocean that the UUs in Tierra del Fuego know, the rivers and valleys of Transylvania, or Lake Victoria and Lake Tanganyika present to UUs in Kenya, Uganda, and Burundi. What brings these companions like us to the water? What does the water bring to them like us? How glorious, how sacred, how peaceful. Let us rest and rely on that truth in a moment of silence. Now, come forward to add the water you have carried with you. If you wish, describe the origin of the water you are bringing and offer a few words the water carries for them. Remember that we're on a spiritual journey of transformation, and water is essential to that transformation. It is the water of new life. So somebody be brave, come forward. Come to this side of the table so the microphone can hear you. And if you didn't bring your water, there's water in here. And it's from everywhere. This water is sacred. It is made sacred by the many hands that have poured it with intention and love, the many stories that each drop contains, the many lives surrounding it in this unique moment, connected by commitment and faith. This water is sacred. May it continue to flow through this community with shining reflections of the unique gifts that flow through each of us, of its members. This water is sacred. May it continue to nurture this community with sustaining hope that we journey together through the ripples of growth and change. This water is sacred. May it continue to bless this community with loving reminders of our collective responsibility to one another and the world. This water is sacred. May its ripples be a reminder that the changes and growth within this community bring movement and transformation to the world beyond our doors. This water is sacred. May its purity offer grace to our community and the willingness to forgive ourselves and one another when we make mistakes. This water is sacred. In moments when we are confused or uncertain, may it bring us clarity of purpose and commitment. This water is in the moments when the reservoirs of hearts and spirits are drained by sorrow and pain. May it nourish them with the knowledge that we are surrounded by a deep and an abundant love. For this water is. For our meditation, let me offer these thoughts. Water is an important part of many religious traditions. It is often a symbol of cleansing or purity. This is the case for Christianity, where baptism by immersion or sprinkling is an outward sign of one's relationship with Jesus. In both Judaism and Islam, there are ceremonies in which ritual washing must take place either after certain activities or before prayers. In India, Hindus bathe in the sacred waters of the Ganges River to purify themselves. Taoism is a philosophical tradition from China. It has a different take on water. This is what Lao Tzu has to say. Nothing in the world is more flexible and yielding than water. Yet when it attacks the firm and the strong, none can withstand it because they have no way to change it. So the flexible overcome the adamant, the yielding overcome the forceful. Everyone knows this, but no one can do it. In his book, The Way, he encourages to go with the flow of life. He tells us the supreme good is like water, which nourishes all things without trying to. It is content with the low places that people disdain. Thus it is like the Tao, the way, in dwelling, in living close to the ground, in thinking, keep to the simple, in conflict, be fair and generous, in governing, don't try to control, in work, do what you enjoy, in family life, be completely present. When you are content to be simply yourself and don't compare or compete, everybody will respect you. I invite you to close your eyes and relax your bodies, conscious of your breathing, and reflect on our blended waters and what water teaches us and how it connects us to life. Please join me in different words for extinguishing the chalice. So you'll need your order of service. I am but a drop of water. Alone I would disappear to a sun. and sucked up dry by thirsty earth. But together we can wear out stones about the Grand Canyon, rivers, and find our way to the sea. I know it's gone on a little while, but it happens every water communion because we have to do all the candles, and then we have to do all the water. And sometimes the minister does go on and on. So anyway, today I really want you to hear a very different closing words, and it's a video. And the reason I selected it is a reminder of all that we share, especially the fact that a great part of each of us is water. And that, if nothing else, that connects us. All those trillions of molecules of water in us, over 500 years, get spread around the globe. So you may be carrying water from Genghis Khan, or Jesus, or Shakespeare, or Bruce. So anyway, I invite you to, and by the way, it's an ad from a TV station in Denmark. There are subtitles. Change Denmark to Unitarian.